Good afternoon, gentlemen. You know, I said it's a very good time to come to Uganda, especially after the 3-3 draw with South Africa. To be honest, I was rooting for Uganda, and I'll tell you why. If there's a Kenyan who is close to Uganda, it's me, because I come from Busia, Kenya. So, and when I was in campus, I dated a Ugandan girl. Hallelujah. You know, those ones who kneel down before they say hello. You know, a man is an ego. So it's a great honor to be here. Thank you to the 212Men for inviting me. I don't take it for granted. Uganda is close to my heart. My father worked in Uganda for many, many years, with my mother here as well. If they delayed a little bit here, I would have been born in Uganda. So I'm like one of you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like one of you. So to 212, to, of course, MTN, I am absolutely grateful. And for you men just sitting here listening, because men are busy. You understand what I'm saying? Men are busy. And to get men where there is no football, politics, and women, it's not easy. You understand what I'm saying? So he said I talk about myself. I don't think I want to really say who I am. I mean, beyond my name. And I'm just a brother like you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just a brother. Titles will leave for a women's conference. Is that okay? But for men, we can't size each other out. You know? It's a privilege to be a man, but it's absolutely difficult to be a man. Men are committing suicide left, right, and center. In fact, it has been said upward of 77% of the suicides, can you all hear me well? Upward of 77% of the suicide are by men. So women think about suicide, men actualize suicide. It's a privilege to be a man, but it's difficult to be a man. And those that are not dead, some are in prison. And those that are not in prison, there is a crazy agenda to make them lose their identity. They don't know if they are boys or they are girls. You know, now we have men walking like this. You understand? We have to kill that mentality. We need those men who are strong. Give me your hand. When you get a handshake, it's a strong handshake as a man. But now we have these jelly handshakes. We need to get rid of that nonsense. But and that's why, okay, somebody said the men are like Manchester United. I'm a Manchester United fan. But we shall be back. In fact, we should have beaten Arsenal. You understand what I'm saying? We should have beaten Arsenal. So men are like Manchester, but the good thing is, like Manchester, they have invested and we are coming back. And this afternoon, you have invested on your time. And I'm going to tell you some things. Even as I say, it's a privilege to be a man, but it's difficult to be a man. There are some challenges that for you to get back your voice, for you to get back the oomph, the roar, there are some things you must deal with. And number one, we have the personal challenge, the societal pressure, and the family pressure. You understand? I mean, being a man, if there was a 5-year-old boy here and a 5-year-old girl here, if the girl fell, we will all run to the girl, asking her, honey, buju buju, are you okay? But if the boy fell, they'll say, don't look at him, he will cry. So you have told the 5-year-old boy, men don't do what? Men don't cry. When the man turns 50, don't expect him to cry. And that's why we never show our vulnerability. We are public successes but private failures. There could be a man here on the verge of depression, but he's not going to talk. Why? Will they respect me if they hear I'm struggling? Will they respect me if I tell them I cannot pay my rent? Because at the age of 5, you told me never to cry. When I get to 50, even my wife will not know I am depressed. The only way she will know is that I don't perform well in the bed. Ouch. Oh, well, I'm still a pastor, but some things must be said. Or should I tone down? Are you sure? Are you sure? I wrong. Okay. So that's the only way your wife will know you're depressed. Honey, why are you not Why are you running 100 meters race? And it's supposed to be a marathon. Then they ask you, are you okay? Then a man says, I'm okay. The two statements a man loves saying is that I'm okay, and to the children, I'll see what to do. Your child tells you, I want, is it this PlayStation, which is the last one, Xbox, whatever you call it, and you know you can't afford, but your default answer is, I will see what to do. But when you go to the bedroom, even if you tell God, even if you see, you don't know what to do. Your wife is telling you her friends are being taken to Dubai for holiday, and you're taking your wife to Munyonyo on a weekend, and you're wondering what's going to happen. I will see what to do. And the man has no idea what they can do. And that's why as men, we have to stand with one another. I'm not saying you discount the place of your wives, your friends, and your children, but there is a time. Because if you don't take care of yourself well, your wife will not enjoy you. Your kids will never live long enough to see you growing old. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, now when a man gets to the age of 55, we have a Thanksgiving service for long life. 55. 55. You're supposed to be starting life. Our fathers at 70, they were still young men. At 55, men are walking like an apology. Why? The stresses of life. Every day you wake up, school fees. A letter from HR. You support Manchester United, double trouble. And you're wondering what next. Left is pressure, right is pressure, everywhere is pressure. That's a family pressure. When there's an issue in the village, when your parents are not well, you may have sisters who are doing well financially, but who will they call? Is the man. And sometimes the truth is that you don't have a solution. Then there is, of course, what we call the personal pressure. Today, you want to be better than you were yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? But even men, you know how we are. When you are the traffic and you have a Range Rover Sport and the guy next to you has the same Range Rover Sport, you want to look better by looking for a scratch in his car. That's personal pressure. Even when you go to the gents. You understand what I'm saying? Men, when they're holding their future. Are you sure you're ready for me? Yeah, so when the men are holding their future, they're turning left and right to see who is the big kahuna. So some men walk out without confidence like Harry Maguire, but other men walk like Sesko. You feel confident. That pressure. But we got to come to a place for you to get your role back. You must run your own race. You must deal with yourself. And I go to a place myself, if you allow me as I speak, to give you my personal story, to inject some points. Is that okay? At some point in my life, I was competing with other people and then losing the balance of my own race. I got to a point, I said, no, enough is enough. I'm racing and I'm competing with myself. You have your car, I'll have my small car, it's fine, but I'm coming. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you like your Range Rover Sport, I have my small Toyota, but I'm coming. And because of competing, I went into debt, borrowing money to go into strip clubs. Oh, by the way, I'm a former strip club addict. Let me just get that out of the way. I was addicted to sex for 15 years. 15. I mean 15. It was so bad I needed physiotherapy for my back because it wasn't in action. I was addicted to pornography for 7 years. Why? I had a lack of identity. So I was looking for identity in these pornography sites. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it was so bad I had a favorite actress in the pornography site. I was addicted to masturbation for 3 years. And the Bible says I will bless the work of your hands. It didn't mean that way. But all this was because I lacked an identity. I was in so much debt. I met somebody, I owed 300,000 Kenyan shillings, and I told her, you look familiar. I was in debt like that. I mean, you owe me 300,000 Kenyan shillings, you better know my grandmother's name. But I was in such debt. And that was when I had my second suicide attempt. I had 3 attempts. But it was a lack of identity. Yet I still had my education. I had my academic qualifications from the United Kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? So you can easily be a public success and a private failure. And I'm here to tell the gentleman, for you to have your voice back, the first battle you must win is the battle of self. If you don't win the battle of self, you'll be like a black man in a dark room winking at a black woman and expecting a reaction. Nothing will happen. You must win the battle of self. Well, yes, they are ahead of me, but it's okay. I will go by my pace. You may easily die trying to compete with other people, and we shall bury you. And by the way, I got news for you. When you attend your funeral, after 7 minutes of being interred, we forget about you. You understand what I'm saying? Even that one who will be telling your wife he was a good man will be trying to get with your wife the same evening, and there's nothing you can do because you'll be dead. So none of you is dying before your time. When I look around, there's nobody who is at an age where we will say you died out of old age. None of you is old enough to die. I told you I'm a pastor. I once buried somebody earlier this year. He died at 98, and in the program they wrote gone too soon. What do you mean gone too soon? At 98, you took too long to go. But none of you here is at an age where you will say, oh, he died because he lived a long life. You're all too young. But too many men are dying at 50, at 55. And because of pressure, you want to get an identity, and that's why I'm insisting you must win the battle of self. You want to get an identity. That's why you are seeing men buying the blue pill to go and perform. And then you're dying in the line of duty. Even me as a pastor, how do I read your eulogy? He came and went. I cannot do that. Pressure. The highest level of pressure you should ever experience is when South Africa was leading and 90 minutes had gone. If you have to bribe the VAR, bribe. But that's the only pressure you will have. Oh no, man, you have to survive. No man can die before their time. And by the way, if one of us here dies of depression, all of us have failed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So first conquer battle of self. And how do you do it? By dealing with past trauma. I've told you, and I know why I said it. I struggled with sex addiction. But that was as a foundation of being molested by a house help when I was in primary school. So I was punishing everything called a woman because of the woman who did what? Molested me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mine was so bad. When I was in the United Kingdom, I was nicknamed the United Nations. I had a woman from every country. I did not even date a Kenyan. To me, that was Ministry of Local Government. But I was running away from something. And I know there are things you're running away from. It's your title that is keeping you. By the way, this title, there was somebody else before you. Oops, and there was silence in heaven. And there'll be somebody else after you. Don't get it twisted. The same watchman who salutes for you when you come will ask you one day, if you're not careful, who have come to see? That card that you hit, and then the light turns red, and then you open the door. You hit, you're told, not recognized. Do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? Conquer self. I don't know what you're dealing with from the past. You will not have the roar if you don't conquer self. And that's a battle you fight in private, not in public. You stand and look at the mirror and you say, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to deal with the ugly, I'm going to deal with the bad, and I'm going to amplify the good, and I'm going to come out a different man. By this evening, we are starting that journey. You understand what I'm saying? By this evening, we are starting that journey. That journey of becoming. That journey of saying, now, I had not lived my life. I was merely surviving, but I'm coming out as a man who is about to conquer lions and bears. I'm coming out as a man who is starting the rest of my life from now. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to conquer. And I want you to think, I'm not going to hypnotize you. I don't believe in those things. But I want you to think, what is this thing that is still holding you back? They say that nothing good can come out of you. That you get to a place, when you're about to get to a higher place, you dismiss yourself and saying, no, I don't deserve that. Maybe something was said to you when you were young. You got to deal with it. In Kenya, we have what we call the Luo tribe. Do we have them here? Luo. Luo are so confident with themselves. They even speak English all the time. They are so educated. They even say Luos don't die. They are promoted to glory. Anything, they know how to say it. Luos don't fail exams. They disagree with the examiner. It's because they understand who they are. You understand? And today you have to look at yourself in the mirror and just be like a Luo and say, my goodness, it's got to be criminal to look this good. You got to start speaking to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You got to start speaking to yourself. Meaning you are diluting and dismissing and dealing with any negative thing that had been spoken over you or you had spoken to yourself. Now you are bringing a counter word. Are we together? No, are we together so far? Yes. I mean, I wasn't flown all this way to come and just tell you guys a lot of nonsense. Some things must be said. And that's why I'm honest enough to show you my scars. I dealt with my trauma well after 35 years of age. That I had not dealt with it, my marriage failed. I was married for 1 year, 2 days. Today I'm not married, but my time is coming. You understand what I'm saying? I have taken my time. I must marry a beautiful woman. I can't wait all this time and marry a woman who looks like an apology, walking as if, no! Do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? Even me, I have waited for too long. Powerful preacher, powerful TV host, but now I came to the hotel and I'm like, I'm really wasting this hotel. I travel all over the world. How many are you coming? I'm just coming alone. You better invite me next year. I'll say, please, 2 tickets, business class, presidential. So how can I be wasting such a good room? If you know what I'm talking about. I'm doing press-ups, waiting for that day. I will revenge all the years that the devil stole. Deal and conquer self. If you don't deal with it, you'll have it publicly but not privately. I was extremely educated. I am extremely educated by God's grace. But I'd come back and all I was doing is attending strip clubs. Why? I was looking for affirmation. Because if you pay a stripper, she will tell you what you want to hear. And I was paying a lot of money, borrowed money. But I was looking for somebody to tell me what I want to hear. Maybe some of it's alcohol. Some of it's something else. It's not because you're bad people. It's because you're running away from something. And let me tell you, I got news flash. The only person you can never outrun is yourself. You will run. When you take a break, guess who is waiting for you? Exactly. You got to face it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to face it. Battle of self. After dealing with battle of self, you got to deal with where you have come from. I come from a place called Busia. My grandfather had 16 wives and 66 children. I don't believe all are his. He believes they're all his, but I think he was helped. No, he's dead now. But the first 2 wives, and I'm heading somewhere, and I want you guys to get this clearly. Because you are where you are because of something from your family. All right? Some of you are named after the village drunkard. And you get relatives telling you, you even look like that guy. You speak like that guy. It is not by mistake. You have carried the spirit of that man. So my grandfather has 16 wives and 66 children. His first 2 wives are sisters. Then wife number 3, 4, 5 are also sisters from another home. When my grandmother, the first wife, gave birth, she invited the smaller sister to help her take care of the child. And my grandfather. So my grandmother is the first wife. She had 10 sons and 2 daughters. All the sons, my father and his brothers, died. And before they died, they all divorced. And then the 2 sisters are alive, but the husband to the sisters did what? Died. Now come to my family. My big brother was not divorced, but died. My big sister was not divorced, but died. My other sister is alive, but divorced. I am alive, but divorced. My immediate follower was not married, but died. Our last born brother is alive, but has gone through divorce. Do you think it's a coincidence? No. No, gentlemen. It is not a coincidence. And if you don't stand up to break some things, you'll be taking 1 step forward and 10 steps back. Let nobody lie to you. And one day I stood up and said, no, this pattern is following me too much. It's too much. Too much. I broke the record of being married for 1 year, 2 days. I didn't even go to my 2nd year in marriage. I said no. It's got to end. And I looked at the patterns. When men turn 40 in our family, they die. The day I turned 40, I never left my house. In fact, I did not eat lest I diarrhea to death. These things are not a joke. You understand what I'm saying? When my brother turned 40, he was an engineer. He was in his car with his driver in a town called Mombasa. They hit an electricity pole. And my brother, being too educated, you know, sometimes education makes you stupid. He says, you know, now if this pole falls on our car, we shall be electrocuted. The genius opened the door to run away. Little did he know, he was running towards where the pole was falling. Fell, broke his neck, broke his spinal cord. He died. Same day. He had become Muslim. We had to bury him the same day. You understand what I'm saying? My kid brother, just before he turned that age, he had sickle cell anemia. We got him to hospital. We needed blood. Every time we get to the amount needed, he diarrheas and vomits blood until he died. I said, no, I will pass 40. You understand what I'm saying? There are things that have been programmed that you have to fight. Otherwise, you think you're roaring, but you're sounding like a meow. Do you understand? You know, like Arsenal fans, they are so loud, but they never win the league. Then you become like that. Okay, I leave it. Somebody said they're like Netflix. See you next season. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't deal with them, you will bring your wife into a battle that she does not deserve. You sire children, they enter into a battle that they don't deserve. That is why I've taken time before. Now I'm ready to marry. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'd come back from the United Kingdom very educated, but I was struggling. I couldn't afford to pay rent of 25,000 Kenyan shillings. That's about $200. How much? I mean, the landlord comes, you're in the house, you put everything on mute, you can't even breathe until the landlord goes. Now, after I dealt with that nonsense, now where I live, my God, and I'm not paying rent, it's my house. And I'm saying that with a reason. Where I live is where the top government officials live. I mean, my neighbor is the official residence of the deputy president. So it tells you I live in a good address. Yet at 2008 I could not afford $200 rent. But it's not because I was stupid. It's because there were things I needed to break. And there are things you gentlemen must break. Forget about your title here. Here I'm not talking to you as Sijui accountant. No, I'm not. I'm talking to you as a gentleman who will marry or who is married. Your wives and your children are depending on you to survive. That is why at 3 o'clock in the morning, if there's a movement in your house, who wakes up to check who is there? Is the man. I would be worried if it's a woman. So when you wake up, who goes behind you? Is the wife. And who goes behind the wife? Is the children. And you must remove that roar. Hey, who is there? Of course you're shaking inside. But as a man, you got to stand strong. And you're saying, who is there? And then you discover it was the neighbor's cat. Then that's when your confidence comes back. Tell your wife, if it was a thief, I would have killed him. And then you go to the bathroom, Father, thank you for covering my nakedness. But a man must stand. That's what you are saying. We are leaving no man behind. Whether you are crawling, we shall wait for you or carry you through. When you get tired, we'll tell you we shall carry you. I saw a photo, a very powerful photo. A man is carrying a fellow brother who is bigger in stature. And then somebody asked, isn't that guy too heavy? He says, no, he's my brother. That is why as men, nobody should walk out of this room feeling depressed. If these men here were to open their hearts, you'd run away. Maybe somebody here does not even know where the next meal is going to come from. Yes, and they work for MTN. If somebody said here, guys, I need $100 to pay rent, cover my nakedness, I will not tell you stand up, let's hold hands and pray. No, we shall give you the $100 and we keep quiet. But there's a man who have become so useless, you will call his wife, you know you're eating because of us. You know it's because of us, we have given him $100. No, we give you the $100 and as soon as you walk out of that place, we are forgotten. We tell you, go and sort yourself out. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we call leaving no man behind. Like the American soldiers, even a dead body is never left on enemy territory. And when it gets back to America, it's draped with the American flag and given a 21-gun salute. Honor is the language of a man. That's why I don't like men who gossip. Don't gossip me because I'm down. You come to my office even as a pastor. You tell me you're struggling with alcoholism. I will not gossip you. I know because there's something you're dealing with. And by the way, I'm a pastor. Some of you, if I meet you drinking, before I ask you what's up, I'll buy you another whiskey. They'll tell you, bro, talk to me now. Talk to me now. But I'll not buy you a second one. One is enough. I'll tell you now, bro, talk to me. You understand what's going on? Some of you men, the struggle is sexual health. And that's why when you go home, eat a lot of watermelon plus the seeds. Can't just be eating. Do you have KFC here? You are eating KFC and you expect to be strong. KFC, give me a 3-piecer. Watermelon plus the seeds, pumpkin seeds plus pumpkin. That's what Nigerians are taking. And they're coming to East Africa to take all our women. Are you sure I can go deeper? I step on it, eh? But after stepping, you better beat Senegal tomorrow. By the way, I'm staying in the same room with the same hotel with them. They are very small. I hope you have big defenders, who have eaten matoke. But when you get to Kenya, we shall thrash you. I'm not sure. So you understand what I'm saying? So take care of yourselves. Your mental health, sexual health. You know it's very important for us men. That's why when you go home, always be free. Remove your boxers. Now you didn't know that. Remove your boxers, always be free. And yeah, you know, take care of yourself. Because it's pressure being a man. Do you know how God created human beings? At the age of 40, a woman's libido goes up. And at the age of 40, for a man, it starts going down. And then you're buying 3-piecer Kenchik and KFC. No. You have to fight because you're going against nature. Huh? Can I give you another tip? Always. We are not live on Facebook, are we? Oh, good man. Always make sure your stronghold is on the left. Now you're all checking. Is it on the left? Of course it's on the left. Okay, let me tell you. On the count of 3, I'll ask all of you to stand up. Just quick one. When I do 1, 2, 3, you stand up. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Tell me which side it is. Am I right? It always must be. Somebody said offside. I don't know how God intended it for that to happen. All right? Then after that, you must have a tribe. You must have a tribe. You must have your people. And not too many. And I'm going to ask you one question. If you had an emergency at 3 o'clock in the morning, how many people can you call? And they will come through for you. If today you needed $5,000, do you have anybody in your phone book who can give you in the next 1 hour? I want to give you a story that links Kenya and Uganda. We have our former vice president called Mbudi Awori. I think there's his brother here. He passed on. Who was also a politician. Right? Now, that family, Mbudi Awori was the former vice president of Kenya. The late from here was a politician, a minister. Another brother in Kenya is a corporate honcho. Their third generation Awori is the CEO of EcoBank and the former CEO of Absa Kenya. One of their sisters was found guilty of a crime. And it was either 57 years in prison or a fine of 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Gentlemen, the Awori family did not do a fundraiser. They raised 1 billion in 28 minutes in their family WhatsApp group. I want you to check your family WhatsApp group now. It's only forward about Manchester, who you have bought, Gyökeres, and all that. They raised 1 billion in 28 minutes. Imagine somebody saying, oh, it's a bad month, I only have 100 million. At no add, okay, I'll add 20 million. Who is your support structure? Let me have 4 gentlemen. Just 4 to come. 4. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay, there's a gentleman coming. 4. So, sir, stand facing that side. Hello, how are you? Come. Face that side. Yeah. Not too close. You know nowadays men are not supposed to be close to each other. You know what I mean, eh? You face that side. Come this side, sir. Face that side. Fantastic. Now, I represent all of you, right? You must have these 4. You realize I've not told you how to get your robe back. I'm preparing you. Others I can just tell you, say, it's a waste of time. So now, every man must have these 4. If you don't have these 4, you're in trouble. Right? So I represent all of you. You understand what I'm saying? Sir, what's your name? Yusuf.
Julius.
Your name? Huh? So David, Yusuf, Julius, Peter. Right? Now, you need a Yusuf. Yusuf is the man who has been where you aspire to get to. All right? He cannot be jealous. He must have the heart and the determination to make sure you get here. Are we together? You must have a Yusuf. Whether it's in your professional life, whether it's in your social life, whether it's in your finance life or business life, there is a man who has gone ahead of you. There is a man whose past is your future. He has already conquered heights where you are desperate to get to. Then, Julius, you need a Julius. This man knows your strengths. Are we together? And he is not intimidated by your strengths. In fact, he is so desperate to build you on your strengths. You need him. Peter or David? David is Peter. You need a David. You need a man around you who knows all your weaknesses. But this one, if you leave them with a brown-skinned woman, he will chew. But he cannot be a malicious person. Others will gossip you left, right, and center. David knows this one and women, I must be around. So, as Yusuf is trying to get you to the place you desire, Julius is building your strength as David is helping you deal with your weaknesses. Then you must have a Peter. Peter, right? Peter is that brother of yours who fights battles that you will never know until you get to heaven. This is a true friend. He is fighting, he will never sit where men are gossiping. You know, when a man comes and tells me, I sat somewhere and for 1 hour they talked about you. Why were you there for 1 hour? You understand what I'm saying? And even why were they comfortable talking about me in your presence? So you need this man. This man will tell you, you either shut up or I arrange all of you. Or if they don't stop, he will get up and leave. But he cannot sit anywhere where you are being gossiped. And all this, the four are important for your growth. Do you understand what I'm saying? And in these four, those ones are the ones when you call them at 3 o'clock in the morning, one of them will answer. In fact, they will answer and ask you, where are you? When they get to where you are, then they ask you, what's the issue? Not, I'm asleep. No, where are you? They are men when you call. They'll ask you, how much do you need? You must have what we call reputational collateral. Whereby, if somebody calls and says, your name is Ian. Ian calls me and says, Burale, I need $2,000. Because of the reputational collateral I will give him. In fact, if I don't have, I will look for that money to make sure I give him. But there are other people. Even 1,000 shillings, you'll give an excuse. Say, I don't have. In fact, I've just paid rent. In fact, I have been a WhatsApp group for 17 funerals. Because they do not have reputational collateral. Small things. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. 5 months later, they have never called back. All you gentlemen must have these four. These four. This one will tell you, hey, I'm seeing light-skinned women in your department. Bro, be careful. You see, like me, before I met the Lord, I only liked light-skinned women. So if I go to Sudan, I can never fall. But take me to Rwanda, you better pray for me. In sackcloth and ashes. So then you must have this. You must have a friend who will tell you, no, bro, you are not going to cheat on your wife. Oh, no. Not on my watch. But there are others who tell you, enjoy. Are you seeing the way this one has a better body than your wife? When your wife lost her body because she gave her womb to you to carry your children. That's why she's no longer hippie. Don't die. I see this. Let me tell you, listen, man, can I be honest with you? Before I met the Lord, I had so much sex. I was looking for identity. But did they help me? If you die, will it be in your eulogy? Is it in your CV? No. In fact, what do you do? After that, you're just snoring. After you release, you do what? You snore. Is it worth snoring and then losing your marriage? No. And this one has hips that don't lie. Those hips carry the devil, some of them. And she's giving me styles my wife cannot give me. But your wife has been cooking for your children. She's been doing homework. You want which style? And she's hanging from the chandelier, landing on you. I want that style. She makes me feel things. You will take Viagra, you will die. Gentlemen, just remain there, therefore. Be men of honor. Be men of honor. And I'm not saying there are no women more beautiful than your wife. They are there. Just the way your wife sees a more handsome man than you. In fact, you have a public opinion. She sees a six-pack. But because of honor, she will not. Do you think you are the only guy who can have good sex? There are men, if they get your wife, she'll be shaking 3 weeks later. You are joking. You are joking. That style you are looking for. Your wife will come limping. Honey, what's up? It's a muscle pull. But the man was standing a left, right, and center. But even me, my wife will never join a gym unless I'm the gym instructor. These gym instructors, they are folding your wife. There's a man in Kenya went to look for his wife. Honey, where are you? She could hear the voice, but he could not see the wife. To look at the gym, the wife is somewhere under the gym instructor. I'm telling you, bro, unless I'm the gym instructor myself. You can hear your wife, but you cannot see her. Then you see a hand coming out from the gym instructor. I'm here, honey. I'm here. So be men of honor. Because what's going to happen, do you know all of us are one day closer to our death? All of us. There will be a time. You know, we are so used to being alive. We are so used to waking up and receiving phone calls. Guess what? Somebody has died. You are so used to going on Facebook and seeing gone too soon. One day you will not receive a phone call. Why? People will be called because of you. So please make your life count. Not sleeping around. Leave a legacy. I know my legacy. I wasted time sleeping around so much. By now I would have been the president of Kenya. I will still be the president of Kenya. By the way, I'm serious. My WhatsApp status is Mr. President. Every year, every day for the last 5 years, in the morning, I even did today, and in the evening, I lift my Bible and I take the oath of office. I have done that every day, morning and evening. The day I'm sworn in, please, 212 men, I will have a dais for you. And mark my words, I didn't say if. It is when. By the way, you better take a photo with me today, because when I become president, you'll be telling your boys, but that's my boy. If you know what I'm talking about, you understand what I'm saying. And I have the 4, and my 4 know the day I become president, they even know who will be the kitchen cabinet. By the way, they know. And one of them will be my Minister of Finance. The other one will be internal security. The other one will have no position but will be the most powerful. Do you know those are the most powerful people? Do you understand? And there are 4th one, he's not very educated, but he shall have all the tenders. Just go and paint the building and we'll give you 1 billion. Do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? You must have these 4. Yusuf must be there. Julius must be there. David must be there. Peter must be there. That you run to a fellow man. Please don't run to a woman who is not your wife. Ati, my wife is disturbing me. She will give you her thigh to lay your head. And when you go to heaven, ask Samson what happened to him. That thigh. And then she'll start massaging your head. You'll start seeing stars. We must call ourselves to account. Then once you are ready, you are now ready. Once you have dealt with those things, you are now ready to tell the world, what is this that you are throwing at me? I am now ready. Somebody said the most expensive place is the graveyard. There are books that should have been written. There are companies that should have been started. There are billionaires who died having not achieved anything. Gentlemen, you cannot die having not achieved anything. No. Your legacy is built while you're alive, but felt when you're gone. I'm at a place now I'm building my legacy. That's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking. When I die, because that day will come, what will they say of me? That there lies a great man. Or will they look at somebody and say, this is a wasted opportunity? Do you know each and every one of you has two things written on it? The day you are born and the day you die. In your cross, there is a dash. Born and died. What you do here is what matters. And your coffin is open. Some of you will get into that coffin 20 years from now. Others 50 years from now. But one thing for sure, you will get there. And the coffin does not like heavy people. I mean heavy in destiny. You must deposit. What am I doing today? I am depositing. The day I'll be empty is the day I will die. And every day I keep on emptying. Every day I keep on emptying. Gentlemen, 2008 I could not afford 3 meals a day. But after dealing with those things, today, and I'll tell you this, I advised 3 African presidents. 3. Whereby you need to be in circles whereby they tell you, okay, fine, go and have lunch. And they give you $5,000. Over and above your consultancy fee. Do you understand what I'm saying? 2008, I could not afford 3 meals. I didn't have my 4. After that, now you can imagine one time, I'm also a movie producer. I was going to promote a movie and I was traveling business class. You know, in the plane, there's first class, there's business class, and then there's the others. That economy, where they only ask you one question, are you vegetarian or not? I remember when I traveled Julius, business class, you know, they come with a computer. Hello, are you Mr. Burale? I said, yes. Oh, my name is Ho. You know, they speak on their nose. This is the a la carte menu. You can eat whatever time you want. When you're in economy, you better be awake, because if the food goes, it's like Arsenal at the last weekend of the season. They never win anything. And then they said, you can order whatever time. And they said, would you like the wine list? You know me, I've never drunk in my life. But just, just to feel good, I said, yes, give me the wine list. And I'm seeing things I can't pronounce. Sauvignon, Mohognon, and all those things. And then I thought of a food that we eat. You know, you have matoke here. I asked, do you have matokenyo? I said, no, we don't have it. And they asked me, is it red or white? I said, it is sweet white. And then I slept. When I woke up, I found a note. We are sorry you are asleep. Let me tell you, you get to a place, they apologize to you for resting. But try that in economy. Try that. But until I got my role back, people never knew I'm a speaker. Some presidents never knew I'm a good consultant. But until I got my voice back, I now said employment for me, it's not. Because I'll tell you one thing. I am arguably one of the most expensive speakers. With no apology, I fear poverty. I was so broke, I had Colgate for dinner. Not for hygiene purposes. I was so hungry, I removed my clothes naked to lay on the cold tiles to soothe my stomach. If there's one thing I can never deny anybody, is money to eat food. But today, I'm where? I'm in MTN. I have eaten food I can't even pronounce in your boardroom. Who cooked? I don't know. I was picked at the airport yesterday by an MTN car. Who fueled? I don't care. And I go to the hotel. I saw Protea welcomes back Dr. Robert Burale. Who typed it? I don't care. I was told, Mr. Burale, this is the key, 314. I went there, I found apples, strawberries, orange juice, digestive biscuits, white sheets. I ate. I am here. I am going back. I will eat. Tomorrow morning, I expect a car to take me to the airport and nobody will give me any invoice. Until you get back your voice, you'll be paying for everything. May you have a Julius who will tell you, you are strong in this, I will help you. May you have a Yusuf who will tell you, don't worry, I also went through that, you will get to where I am. May you have this Peter who will fight battles that you will never know, and is not a proud person. He will never tell you, but he will fight those battles for you. But also, may you have David, who will say, man, those brown-skinned women, when they come, I will show my darkness there. You know, it's dark like me. Somebody says I'm so dark, I'm like 11:59 p.m. But you understand? He says, I will not allow you. I know you like gambling. I will not allow you. May you have this David, who will say, you know what? We are leaving no man behind. But even as you are looking for those four, may you also be one of the four for somebody else. You understand, gentlemen? Are you understanding what I'm saying? This thing, leave no man behind, is not just a mantra for the photos. No, we have to live by it. I told you I'm a preacher. Even in the Bible, there was a sick man who had to be lowered through the roof by four of his friends. Many of you only have pall bearers, but I pray you'll have stretch bearers. People who will carry you when you're bleeding, not when you're dead. In fact, let me tell you, some of the people who will carry you when you're dead, they don't care about you. They're carrying you for the photos for Instagram. After that, they'll be going all over clubbing. And you'll be dead, being eaten by termites. And you died at 50. And then somebody saying, gone too soon. There is nothing like gone too soon. At 50, you're not supposed to die. Please, when death comes, tell death, I'm not ready. Move on. Do you understand, gentlemen? I tried suicide 3 times. Committing suicide. Death even told me, you have tried. Let me leave you. Now, I'm not going to die for anybody. Stress me all you want. In Kenya, there was a plan to unalive me by some people in the LGBTQ community because of my voice. And I will still speak it. No man was born a woman. And there was silence. I will die with my message. Do you understand what I'm saying? We can't have men doing more makeup than women. Huh? Now, so some of you don't like me. It's okay. I still have a very nice room to go and sleep. I'm a typical man. Who will marry my daughter if all the men are walking like this? Now men have become, gone are the days where our fathers are the ones who used to honk the car because our mothers are delaying. Now it is men doing makeup. And the women and the children in the car waiting to go to church. In fact, once in a while be untidy. Don't apply oil in your hands. Can I go deep as I finish? I like keeping time. Oh gosh, I've gone beyond my time. Can I have 5 minutes, Chairman? 5 minutes, is that okay? Thank you. These men here are struggling. These men have cries. But now we are coming out. By the way, we are coming out. None of you will die before your time. Hear me and hear me good. None. If you are crawling, we shall crawl with you. And I'm reminded of this story that I give everywhere. Gentlemen, there is a man who fell in a ditch. And the ditch was so deep that he couldn't get out. And he had somebody passing. And he says, help me, help me. And this man looked down the ditch and wrote a note and threw it down. And the note said to the man, I am a doctor. When you get out, come, I will treat you for free. But the condition was when you get out. He walked on. Then, after an hour, he had another man passing. And he shouted, help me, help me, help me. And this man looked down. This guy looked out. This guy looked down again and removed a piece of paper and a pen and threw it down. And the note says, I am a lawyer. When you get out, come, I shall sue the company that dug this hole. But the term was when? Then it got to a time this guy was getting tired. and there was no more strength, and he made a prayer to God. His saliva was tasting metallic, his lips were cracking, and he just told God, I know I'm about to die. When I die, may my body be found, and may I be given a befitting and an honorable send-off. And by a stroke of luck, he had another person passing, and he surmounted all the strength that he had and shouted, help me. And this guy looked down, and this guy looked up. This guy looked down again, this guy looked up. He had no more voice to bring out, but his eyes were telling this guy, if you don't save me, I am dead. And this other guy looked down again and jumped into the hole. This guy told him, how foolish can you be? We are now stuck, the two of us. Why couldn't you just get a ladder? He says, brother, don't worry. I have been in this hole before. I know the way out. Some of you have been in some holes before. The pain you went through was not for you. Was to give somebody else a voice. The suicidal thoughts you went through was not for you. Was to make sure somebody else does not die, that they have their role. Gentlemen, some of us have been in some holes. By God's grace, we know the way out. You need to go back as good husbands. You need to go back as good fathers. You need to go back as good men of society. Men of honor. Some of you here, you are looking at yourself as a small boy, but the anointing on you is presidential.
Please put your hand up.
I'm telling you the truth.
Bring the mic.
Maybe you don't believe me until I become president.
I need to be...
Your Excellency, Robert Burale. Next time I'll come to 212. The first 5 rows will be empty because it will be my security. Right now I'm just sitting along with my iPad. I'm coming. Men, we have to rise up. And none of you gentlemen will die before your time. Your voice must come out. And I finish with the last story of a famous guy in Kenya. Sad story, maybe some of you knew the guy. He was very big in the rugby circles. One day he woke up and told his wife, I don't feel like going to work. Very famous guy in Kenya. He kissed his wife, mwah, mwah, and says, see you in the evening. And he got some money and gave his security guard money and told the security guy, go and buy milk. He brought milk, he made tea, and told the security guy, let's sit and have tea together. He had never done that before. And then after they were done, he tells the guy, I do not want any visitors today. He says, yes, boss. And the guy goes to sleep. The watchman goes back to the gate, no visitors. His wife comes back home in the evening and goes straight to the kitchen and makes a meal. 40 minutes later, an hour later, she goes upstairs to wake her husband up, and they knocked the door, and he wasn't opening the door. And with the help of a caretaker, they brought down the door. This gentleman was in a suit and a tie, dead. By his bedside was a suicide note. This gentleman had committed suicide because he was in debt of 4 million Kenyan shillings. The saddest bit is less than 2 days after he committed suicide, a company that owed him 7 million transferred money to his account. All this gentleman needed is 2 of his friends to buy him 2 extra days. Today he would have been alive. There are men here you don't call. Let me tell you, there are men you are supposed to call. Bro, I haven't seen you. Are you okay? If only he had been bought 2 more days. Let's go watch football. Day 1. The next one, let's go for Nyamachoma. Day 2. On day 3, 7 million would have been in his account. He would have paid the 4 million. He would have 3 million to do whatever he wants to do. Today, he would have been alive. Are you checking on your brothers? Are you calling your brothers? Like, let me give an example. Who is the quiet guy here? You know, it's a personality. Who is a quiet guy? Who is a quiet guy? Personality-wise. This gentleman. He even looks very quiet. You can tell. But if tomorrow he comes, hey, what's up, my brothers? What's up, nigga? You have to tell him, bro, come here. Are you okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Check on each other. Check on each. Check on what? And I think I'm going to look at MTN. Let me M. masculine. You must have a strong arm to lift me. Masculine. You understand? T, together. Together we stand. Together we stand. Together we rise. And no man will die before